Hi, I'm Sally from Dynamic Anatomy, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use a stick or perhaps a broom handle or just a rod of any sort to help with shoulder mobility, so to help improve the movement available at your shoulder. So you might want to have a check before you start of what your range is like. So looking at shoulder flexion, that's the main exercise we'll be doing, is where you're taking your hands out in front of you, raising them all the way up over your head, and coming back down again, and looking at what kind of angle you can get with the upper arm. Does it come all the way up so that it's pointing up towards the ceiling? Does it come up so that it's only kind of horizontal, so the hand is level with the eyes, somewhere in between, or not even anywhere near? So you can get an idea of what your shoulder flexion is like before starting this exercise, and then retest it afterwards. So take the stick. We're going to start off in lying. So you might want to do this lying on a mat or in your bed. Okay. Once you lie down, it gives your shoulder muscles the best opportunity to kind of switch off, so they're not, because you're not stood up and holding yourself against gravity in the same way. Okay, so maybe just start with a few deep relaxing breaths to allow your shoulder muscles to just melt. You can picture your shoulder melting down into the ground, into the mat, into the bed. Holding the stick in both hands. And then as you exhale, you're going to press the stick gently out away from you and raise it all the way up past your eyes, past your gaze, as high as feels comfortable. Go to the edge of where you feel that you can get to, and then come back down again as you inhale. And you'll keep moving like this, exhaling to move up, inhaling to move down. And it might be that the painful or the tricky side isn't doing as much work. It's being just kind of taken along for the ride by the other side that you're not having trouble with. Yeah. And then once you feel like you have maybe gained a little bit of movement through that, so probably repeating it 10 times or so, you may find that you can go into doing this in sitting or in standing. So exactly the same. Hands about shoulder width apart on the stick. Inhale to prepare yourself, and as you exhale, lifting up overhead, inhale to come back down. As you're doing this, just be mindful of where this movement is happening. What we're working on is flexion of the shoulder joint, so we want it all to be happening just here. What will probably happen if your shoulder joint is very stiff, you may get up to your edge, and then in order to raise your hands, switch that movement somewhere else. So it might be that you bring it into the upper back, into the lower back, maybe even pressing the hips forwards. So all of this is just going to give you some kind of aggravation of back pain and isn't actually working on your shoulder mobility. So just trying to send your attention into your shoulder to notice when it stops, and using your focus to work on into the end of the shoulder range rather than just raising the stick so that your back bends. Okay, so this is one exercise that you can do. You can also work using the stick to bring your arm up to the side. Okay, so holding on at the end of the stick, maybe using the opposite hand to reach up and down, letting your arm be as heavy as you can, just gently holding on to the end of the stick. Okay, and gently working down, so kind of repeating this 10 times perhaps to come all the way up overhead. And then finally we can work into our external rotation, which is this movement, opening the door. So again, if you hold the stick horizontal in front of you, hold on to the end of it and then the end of it. So the problematic arm, the elbow's bent to 90 degrees. The elbow is going to stay in by the side, and then you're going to press with the other hand through the stick into the arm so that the door opens and then it closes again. Exhale, gently opening, inhale to close again. Exhale, gently open, inhale to close. So all these exercises, these other variations, you can do in lying to start off with, and then go into doing them in standing once you've got freed up a little bit of range and got used to it. I would recommend doing this for, kind of maybe 10 repetitions, 10 slow repetitions each, or kind of a minute or so each, so a few times a day. And after we've gone through and done that, you can check what your shoulder range is like, maybe take a note of it before and then check it afterwards. See, are you able to bring your arm any higher to the side, more open to the side as well. Okay, good luck.